Metaleros, estamos a la mitad del Caribe en el Majesty of the Sea en 70,000 Tons of Metal 2012 con Andy Piller, el creador del 70,000 Tons of Metal. Entonces, Andy, how are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Andy, how does it came the idea about making this cruise with metal bands and having this like crazy party on board?
About 5 years ago, I was sitting with a couple of friends on my balcony. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. And actually from my balcony, I can see the cruise ship here where the cruise ships from there leave to Alaska. So I was sitting there on the balcony having a couple of drinks with my friends. Most obviously, I had one drink too many. And I had this crazy idea, hey, why don't we rent one of these cruise ships and put a heavy metal festival on? So this was how it was created a couple of years ago. And then, of course, it took many years to get it all together. It's not just so simple and can be done in a short time.
Qué interesante, ¿no? La historia de cómo se creó todo. Now, Andy, for all the metalheads in Latin America that couldn't make it this season, can you explain what's going on this boat?
Well, heavy metal craziness. Just imagine having 40, or in this case now 42 heavy metal bands locked up on a cruise ship. You can't go anywhere with 2,000 fans, and there is no backstage. So it's just everybody is the same. All the artists and all the fans, they eat at the same restaurants, they go to the same bars, they swim in the same swimming pool or sit in the same hot tub and have just 4 days of party in the Caribbean.
¿Se imaginan todo lo que puede llegar a pasar en este barco? Now, speaking of Latin America, in the next 70,000 or even in Bark to Helgeras, I know is something happening over there. Is there any chance or is any plans to include a Latin American band?
Definitely, absolutely. We actually had already not only one but two planned for this year, or planned, it was on my wish list. And it did not work out scheduling wise, unfortunately. But I'm totally aware that we have many fans and many guests from all over Latin America on the ship, and we definitely want to give something back. And there is a lot of amazing bands from all over Latin America. So I can guarantee that in some of the future editions of 70,000 Tons of Metal, and most likely also of Barge to Hell, there will be an artist representation out of these countries too. And who knows, maybe one of these cruises maybe sometimes will also go somewhere else. So Latin America, we will come.
Ya escucharon, latinos, no despeguen su mirada de la página oficial de 17,000 y de Barco Head porque puede que haya sorpresas pronto. Now, Andy, in this type of cruise, of course, a lot of things is going on, a lot of things happening. What is the weirdest or the strangest thing that you see around in last year and in this year?
Well, there is a lot of weird things. There is unexpected things happening. I don't know if you have been at the karaoke last night. You have not. So I mean, we had incidences like this already last year. The funny thing is that a lot of the musicians actually participate in the karaoke. So last night we had Jeff Waters of Annihilator and Alexi of Children of Bodom sing Turbo Lover of Judas Priest together, karaoke, and stuff like this. So this is something really special, you know. And we will also have a special surprise tomorrow at the same location. Then we have the karaoke in the Bolero Bar. We have a couple of clinics, also with Jeff Waters and with Jörg Michael of Stradivarius. And at the end of these, there will be a special surprise. So there's something special. But just the whole experience is weird. If you look at some pictures, some people around, and the whole environment is just, it's surreal. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to point out one single incident. It's the entire atmosphere that is already weird enough. Because at first thought, heavy metal, in a luxury cruise ship, that doesn't really work. It works perfectly because those opposites, obviously, as often in life, opposites attract each other. So it's perfect. It's a perfect match actually.
Ya escucharon, hay muchas cosas que suceden aquí y sí, la verdad sí, es una cosa muy surrealista, pero al final del día es muy interesante y muy divertido sobre todo. Now, Andy, year after year, it seems to be that the 70,000 tons of metal is becoming one of the most important festivals around the world. Probably, I don't know, probably will turn into sometimes into a vacuum on the water. So how does it feel to be part and to be the master of mind of this thing?
It's kind of strange actually for me personally, because I worked my entire career in the live music industry. I started as a small local promoter in Switzerland, and then I slipped more into an agent and later on a tour manager role. And I've been on the road for almost 15 years. But I've been always the invisible guy behind the stage. Nobody knew me, nobody knew my face, nothing. Now suddenly I have to give interviews all the time. Everybody knows me. I have to shake hands. People ask me for autographs. They ask me for photos all the time. And it's actually to that point, because of the media coverage, that sometimes I go to a store and people, hey, you're the $70,000 of metal guys. Like, what? This is strange, you know. Sometimes, and it was never my intention, but sometimes I feel like a rock star, and I can tell you, it's not only easy. So, um, like being famous has its positive sides, but it's the anonymity is totally gone. It's not only always pleasurable if people know you, because it's also a lot of pressure that people, because people put expectations into you, and in the end, even though there is hundreds of people that work with me, but everybody looks to me. So if something goes wrong, I have to take, and I will take responsibility, because in the end, yeah, it's me that has to. So
Now, speaking of how many people is working around this thing, how many people are on the cruise in the 70,000 staff, and how many people do you have in land?
so I mean, at land in the office, in total we have 6 people working for us. So it's a pretty small operation right now. It will grow now this year because we put this second cruise, the Barge to Hell, in. So we need a little bit more office staff, customer relations and stuff like this. Um, on the cruise, of course, it totally changes because we have dozens of technicians, we have 40 people security, and so on. So from our side alone, not counting the artists, of course, we have about 150 people, from our side working on the cruise ship. Plus, there is of course about 900 people from the ship itself, crew. So there is over 1,000 people that we actually have to direct around and work with. It's a big operation.
Ya escucharon, es un gran, gran proyecto con mucha gente detrás para que todo esto suceda y las mejores bandas de la escena metalera estén hoy por hoy en este barco a la mitad del Caribe. Andy, tell us what is going to happen at the end of this year with Bar from Hell, the new metal cruise that is happening.
So to correct you, excuse me, it's not the barge from hell, it's the barge to hell. We don't want to go away from hell, we want to go to hell. It's basically a similar concept in 70,000 tons of metal. It's also going to be 40 bands. There's also going to be only 2,000 tickets. We will go sail out of Miami, going to Nassau, Bahamas. The dates are from December 3rd until December 7th, so it's again from a Monday to a Friday. And it's basically similar to this, but we want to focus a little bit more on the extreme styles of heavy metal. So it's mainly focusing on thrash, death, black metal, probably some doom, some speed, some industrial. So there is not going to be any power metal or stuff like this. So just focusing, because we had many requests actually, like do more extreme, and so. And we thought, yeah, the time is right. Why not doing also something before the holidays? So that's going to be the Barge to Hell.
Ya escucharon, metaleros, así es que estén al pendientes porque a finales de este año va a haber otro crucero para todos los amantes del metal extremo, con industrial, core, todo lo que a ustedes les gusta, thrash, speed, todo eso, va a estar y va a estar buenísimo. Okay, Andy, well, just to say goodbye, any comments that you want to say to all your, not fans, but all the followers that you have in Latin America and Mexico about this crew?
The only thing I have to say is thank you. Thank you very much. Because, of course, my team and me, we created this and we do this for everyone else and for all the fans. But in the end, it's the fans and the people that buy the tickets for the cruise that make this happen. Because without them, we wouldn't be here. And it's not only me, I also have to thank to all my crew, of course. They are doing a fantastic job. Yeah, everybody looks to me, but big thank you to all of the people that work with me and for me to make this happen, for all the fans, and thank all the fans that come here and enjoy this. And as I said, not only in Latin America, but also for Latin America, there are a future other plans. So it's probably not only going to be the same place. And we know that we have a global audience and we want to give something back to them. So maybe we will move the ship somewhere else one time. That's all I can say right now.
Excelente, pues ya escucharon toda la entrevista aquí con Andy sobre el 70,000 Tons of Metal en el 2012. Habrá nuevas noticias y no dejen de visitar www.metal-mexico.com para más noticias sobre el metal. Estamos reportando desde el 70,000 Tons of Metal a la mitad del Caribe, Metal México.